Hi, I'm here with Erina Lee, a senior research scientist at eHarmony Labs, who's presented at the Internet and Relationships Forum. Erina, similarity in couples is an important part of eHarmony's business model and something that's been pretty central to your research. Why does similarity in relationships matter?
Similarity matters in relationships because it helps align emotional responses, and then that helps couples get each other. It helps them understand each other, helps them feel validated in their relationships, and therefore makes for a better relationship.
And so similarity is sort of on its way to the emotional alignment, and it's really being aligned on emotions that's important.
Right, it's one of those things. Similarity in personality really helps couples align their emotions. That's one theory anyway.
Does similarity, or the kinds of similarity that would lead to such alignment, does that vary across cultures?
Yeah, it does. You know, we're finding that across all cultures, couples choose to be with people who are similar to themselves in personality, and we're finding that universally. But in terms of similarity, there are different types of similarity. And for example, the unique similarity that couples share with each other is more important, we're finding, in Eastern cultures.
Really?
And so, yeah, I think it has something to do with being more harmonious interpersonally, or being really center in line with your spouse if they're part of your in-group.
So what are some of the kinds of similarity that make a difference? I know, because if you can pick out any kind of thing, we both like apples, or we both value money, or just across the board, we can find lots of different kinds.
Right.
So what kinds of similarity would lead to, emotional alignment?
Right now we've investigated personality similarity, and that's what we're focused on, but we're also in the future going to look at emotions as well as interests and values.
So presumably when you say personality, there'd be a focus on, say, the big five: openness, neuroticism, conscientiousness, extroversion, and agreeableness.
Yep.
Do they all make a difference? Is it neuroticism, being neurotic, that makes a difference, or?
Yeah, good question. Well, we've controlled for the main effects of personality, so we know that personality of an individual and personality of the spouse matters in terms of predicting relationship satisfaction. But we also take a step further, and taking that out of the equation, we just look at the similarity across the board. So we're looking at patterns of similarity between all of those variables between couples.
And so, what are some of the next steps in this research? What's the unknowns that need to get known?
Well, one of the things that we're finding in this research is that there are multiple types of similarity. I talked about the unique similarity between you and your partner. There's also the similarity that you have with people that aren't your partner. So we've called it cultural similarity. And then we also have a third type of similarity, which is shared similarity, which is how similar I am to my partner and how similar I am to other people. So that might be sort of a measure of normality in the country.
So do you think that the way that do you think the way that people who go on online dating or go through any sort of dating process are given the right cues about similarity when they go searching for someone? Do you think they inherently know this, or do you think that there's something that would need to guide them in this process?
Well, I think it depends, first of all, on what kind of relationship they're looking for. I think that we're finding that similarity is really important in long-term relationships, and sometimes in short-term relationships, like flings and other short-term relationships, that opposites often attract, and sometimes it's not always the most stable relationship, but so it really depends on what you're looking for, and I think,
So that could actually lead to a sort of a paradox there, where people would go for the things that really heat them up, or sort of seem like are great in the short term but might not be so great in the long term.
Absolutely. I think that's one of those things. We like to say opposites attract and then they attack. Some of the things that you look for in a short-term relationship are not necessarily good for you in the long run. So we try and find the balance between, what's attractive in the short term and also what's going to make for a lasting, happy, long-term relationship.
Wow, that's really fascinating. Thank you very much.
Thank you.